just come play Blade for like 20 minutes. Is that cool? And Wesley's like, all right, I'm gonna have a Jerry curl. I'm gonna have a little gray soul patch. I'm not using a sword. I'm really into Kokiri knives now. Like, it was Blade, but it was so different. It was just like whatever Wesley's into now was the character he was playing. And I was like, dude, I fucking love this. I fucking love this so much.
Dude, I was having to educate Julie on that, and we left the theater, and she's like, "What was going on?" I was like, "Oh wait, here's the history. Blade was the first kind of like a movie, and I like it was Marvel. You got the half vampire. He's badass, and then they made 3, and I was like, and in the third one, Ryan Reynolds was in that movie, and so I was like, okay, that was fun. And then obviously they've been working on another Blade. They're working on a video game that like Microsoft's got the rights to that will be multi-platform because of course
it's a great IP.
Yeah, and it's like, the Blade IP is so, I think, fun. I think it is a great, like, you get the monsters, you get like, and then I told her the story because it's like, if you want to go look at some bad CGI now, a movie that didn't age well is the first Blade with the Blood God, and you're like, as a kid, I was like, when I watched that, I was like, this is so cool. Then you fast forward 20 years later and you go see that, you're like, this is like, whoa, like this, you can see the computers that are on fire trying to generate this thing. And so it was like, okay, that was pretty crazy. And so I was so excited to see that, but it wasn't just Blade. You have Elektra, you got Gambit finally making a big screen appearance. Dude, Gambit was
I didn't even know Gambit was in it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even know Gambit was in it.
Who plays Gambit.
I'm shocked by how much I enjoyed him. He's definitely I'm a little bit younger. Gambit's always kind of been like the meme hero or villain, I guess, in the X-Men universe. He's actually like,
they memed the crap out of him too, and it's perfect. Like, you can't understand him. Because he's so French Canadian, so Cajun. It's just like, did anybody know what he's saying?
So let me ask you guys this. Was that the movie you wanted them to make? Or was it, because it's still a Deadpool movie, right?
Yeah.
But it had so many different added pieces in there for, I'm assuming, right? The fact that you got Wesley Snipes in there, the fact that you got Gambit, it's more of a feel-good piece in that for us old heads that grew up.
There's definitely nostalgia bait dripped throughout of it. And so, like, just from the music alone, my wife actually, we left the theater, she goes, Madonna, NSYNC, and so many more things like that, that it's that, my wife's like, I wonder what our kids will think of this when they're old enough to watch it, because they didn't grow up and hear all this music, and then it will have the same thing that resonates. So there is, and that's actually what I was going to say, without actually saying any other characters that show up. This is such a great homage to the history of the X-Men franchise, and kind of in a way, like a really respectful way to send it off, and at the same time be irreverent. Especially with the opening. I'm not going to ruin that for you, Jay. The opening of this movie is so good. So insane.
So good.
And it sets a great tone, because you're like, are they got like, this is the Disney universe? Like, what's going to happen? And it's unapologetically Deadpool, and it's like, it really gets into it. And that's actually refreshing. And the thing I said, and I tweeted this out, I was like, superhero fatigue is not real. Bad movie fatigue is the problem.
Bad stories.
And we haven't had that. This was such a character story. And Wolverine, like, Hugh Jackman said it on the Hot Ones interview. He goes, he announced his retirement, and then 3 days later, Deadpool came out, and he was like, no, what did I do? Why did I announce my retirement from this character? Because he is the perfect pairing.
Yeah.
Because they have the same powers, that, like all of these things. And it was just, and it was so great. And he was such a great Wolverine in that. And then I thought they did, I thought it was great. So I was just entertained from start to finish. I will see that movie again if given the opportunity. It's a fun movie, and
I feel like there's a lot of references I missed on the first watch.
There is a ton. I
not
know.
Even like
I haven't
dialogue with like little pieces in the background.
One of my things that I love to do after seeing like a movie or show is like to go online and see like all the Easter eggs and hidden things that you might have missed. And it's like, those videos are an hour and a half for this movie, because that is just, there's so much like that is just put in, and it honestly just feels one of the things that I felt as a fan who, even in Marvel's darkest hour, like in their struggles that they've had over the last couple of years, where it's like I can find things that I enjoy about those movies, but I can also say that there's something just missing in all of the in these movies after Endgame, minus I thought Spider-Man they've done a decent job at, but like I guess my biggest critique was WandaVision into Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange. Like it felt like you're trying to say that this is required watching material, and then you don't even watch it, and you don't like it has nothing of that connection. So it does. I don't understand how we got from A to B because we went in one direction on the show,